Chille DeCastro hits on racism, broken promises, pipe dreams, and false hopes in his unusually boring Friday night stream. Turtleboy names a suspect in the lynching of a turtle. Smith Ellis updates the Karen Reed motions hearing. Kate Peter denies being Batman, Robin, and assorted internet troll number 5. Plus, Jim is giving out all the links to the competing GoFundMe campaigns. What the hell is he thinking? Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the Auditing Insanity Newscast, brought to you by ReallyCoolNews. I'm Jim Finch and I'll be your host for a check of the GoFundMe market, a check-in on uninteresting Chille DeCastro's broadcast, and of course, Twitter madness from Massachusetts. It's another lovely Saturday in the confines of north central Pennsylvania. Flooding, rain, lightning, and a new stray cat on the front porch. That's 10 hanging around, not to count squirrels, raccoons, and skunks, and NFL preseason football putting an end to hopes of any live streams. Blame the donor who gave us NFL Sunday ticket, but between heavy rains and the Seahawks on TV, our day was shot before it began. And on that note, we ask you to focus on GoFundMe, DeCastro loses again. Our own ongoing expenses campaign took Friday again. Yay. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like having money for food, and I do like paying bills, and I love our supporters for keeping me chained to a desk every day, but what the hell? We're in this weird tracking pool of the greatest independent journalists to ever live, or something, and we're the only crowdsourced fund associated with any of them to make any money. I mean, seriously, there's something wrong here. Before we start, if there's a crowdsourced campaign you'd like us to cover, please send it via email to jamescanine@gmail.com. Don't send it in YouTube comments because we'll never see it. We have over 400 videos live at this point. We have over 400 published videos. Does that make us a journalism? And I'll literally never find your comment. We're also a tiny channel with under 600 subscribers. We average about 15 to 30 people to our lives, 100 or so post-live views, and the other day someone said one of our videos bombed because we only had 1,900 total views. No, my dude. 1,900 views for this channel? We're ecstatic. We're through the roof. We're happier than fans of pants when we exploit a super smooth radio voice for clicks and views. There's also been a couple of people questioning our figures, or not, as they seem to be outraged at any number, even if we say the number. So we're going to cater to those people in the following list of funds we're tracking. YouTube folks, please click through to the article to see the direct URL links to each of the campaigns. Defend DMA in the fight against corruption and oathbreakers. Last donation 1 month. Current total $600. Henry to support Craig's work. Last donation 13 days. Total $2,567. Support Press with Rankers Legal Fund. Last donation 15 days. Current total $4,194. Help Christopher Ruff, Direct D, clear his name. Last donation 1 month. Current total $11,395. DeCastro Justice for All Legal Battle for Accountability. Last donation 23 days. Current total $4,558. DeCastro Lawyer Fund Only. All dollars go to lawyers. Last donation 18 days. Current total $20,932. DeCastro Legal Aid Fund Donation Fund Help People Fund. Last donation 29 days. Current total $27,015. DeCastro Legal Defense Fund Crime Scene Tape Illegal Arrest. Last donation 14 days. Current total $2,465. Just Despite Chille DeCastro. Last donation does not apply. Current total $0. DeCastro support delete laws from the tyranny he faces. Unofficial. Last donation 29 days. Current total $371. Help for public safety fight fraud recovered. Last donation 2 months ago. Current donation total $3,687. LIA on lawful arrest and constitutional rights. Last donation 2 months. Current total $2,326. LIA support the fight against tyranny and corruption. Last donation 6 days. Current total $51,421. LIA fund legal defense against unlawful arrest. Last donation 1 month. Current total $16,326. LIA help with criminal defense attorney for this case. Last donation 7 months. Current total $21,650. LIA help LIA legal fees to fight tyrants lawsuit. Last donation 4 months. Current total $1,891. LIA help billboard truck purchase to expose tyranny. Last donation 18 days. Current total $11,641. Blue Bacon cover defense costs against a frivolous lawsuit. Last donation 3 months. Current total $19,580. Help BZ Watchdog hold police accountable. Last donation 13 days. Current total $100. Floyd Wallace Thailand or Philippines tour. Last donation 7 months. Current total $410. Bring back Auditing America. Last donation does not apply as it's closed. Current total $457. And finally, Really Cool site ongoing expenses. Last donation 12 hours. Current total $2,980. Please remember that our YouTube uploads come about 14 hours after we write each column for the day, so the numbers may have changed by the time you're seeing them. But there you have it. You now have the links and the means to see what we're seeing each day. And, if you really want to, you can donate to each fund to stop us from doing the victory belly rub each morning. On that note, if you'd like to join the growing group of people who believe this timeline is broken, and we have to turn back the timeline until Cyndi Lauper ruled the earth, and to force me to keep writing this column each day, we do have a GoFundMe of their own. All proceeds go to keeping the lights on, eating, writing new stories to feature here and on ReallyCoolSite.org, and fixing the broken timeline. All-out drama in Massachusetts. Turtleboy Aiden Kearney called out Steve Coate as his main suspect in the lynching of a turtle outside of his parents' house in July, replacing his former top suspect of Kate Peter in the act of animal cruelty. Kearney wrote on Twitter, Steve Coate, who I'm quite positive was responsible for leaving the dead turtle at my parents' house, had his bail revoked yesterday in Marlborough District Court and will be held in the Basileria House of Corrections. Multiple turtle riders have orders on him, and he has been making threats to me and my family for quite some time. He blatantly violates the orders on Twitter and was finally held accountable yesterday. Hope he gets the very serious help he needs. Reporter Smith Ellis reacted to Steve Coate's bail revocation with a shot at Kearney in a Twitter post of his own. There's something telling about Steve Coate being in jail right now over posts on this website, while Aiden Turtleboy Kearney, Father Mark Murphy, and others remain free. It's pretty clear I've been right about Turtleboy being protected as a federal confidential informant all along. Ellis also updated his thoughts on Judge Beverly Cannoni's failure to render a verdict on Friday on a motion to dismiss charges against Karen Reed, writing, Update. It looks like there will be no ruling on Karen Reed's motion to dismiss today, as the 93 guilty vote on count 2 of the Karen Reed trial, along with the reported agreements by jurors on count 1 and 3. Reed is also asking, a highly unusual move, for jurors in the case to be brought back into a secret court hearing, closed to the press and the public, in order for the court to inquire into the jury's deliberations. This, however, is highly unlikely to happen. In any event, as the court docket just closed at 4:30 p.m. with no new update after 7 days of waiting, it seems that there will be at least another 3 days of tension before a decision is handed down on Reed's post-trial Hail Mary in the much-watched case. My view is that because Judge Cannoni is aware that the ruling will be appealed, however she decides, she is putting an extensive amount of work into her written opinion. I believe that the motion to dismiss will be denied as agreements among jurors are not verdicts, that Reed will appeal the case to the State Appeals Court and the State Supreme Judicial Court, where she will also lose. Then Reed will be retried in January of 2025, where I think a 12-0 guilty vote at count 2, at the very least, is far more likely the second time around. Reed is also reported to be changing her defense strategy going forward, as she will no longer be focusing her efforts smearing witnesses in the case. Instead, per reports, Reed will attack the investigation into the evidence of Karen's confession to hitting John O'Keefe, along with a vehicle data showing the collision occurred at 12:31 a.m. on January 29, 22, while Reed was DUIing after Reed and O'Keefe got into an argument about Reed cheating on John in his own home and then refusing to accept John's request to end their relationship just days before his death. Finally, Kate Peter released a statement on Twitter on accusations that she's running multiple sock accounts. Lol, you lunatics think every account is me. If it doesn't say Mafia Masshole with a blue check mark next to it, it's not me. Sorry to disappoint. DeCastro bores in nearly 4-hour rant. Jose Chille DeCastro bored his audience Friday night in a late-night rant as he brought back his greatest hits to extend his uncomfortably unfunny antics to their maximum extent before he crawled back into what we can only imagine as depression, despair, and hopelessness. Supposedly viewing a YouTube channel he liked, DeCastro spent the first quarter of the broadcast ripping apart a video by Rolando Bass as he filmed himself being stopped for speeding with his family in the car. DeCastro proclaimed that Bass did everything wrong as he did not have an indestructible trifold or 5A cop card to help him deal with police. Bass, starting the video on the wrong foot, enraging DeCastro by trading friendly chit-chat with police. The YouTuber declared hello is for suckers as he presented his idea again that the only way to engage in a traffic stop is to invoke the Fifth Amendment and then stick to it. No answers to questions were permitted, according to DeCastro, as answering questions led to police finding new and different ways to arrest you. Confusingly, DeCastro kept referring to the instructions on the trifold, including agreeing to get out of the car if the police command you to, then to give consent for a search, and then purposely revoke it for no other reason than to mess with police officers. Fast forwarding, DeCastro later shared that he had been carjacked in 1999 in Arlington, Texas. He claimed that two men stopped him with guns on the highway, and he ran out of the car and kept running away from the men, letting them take his car. Going further, DeCastro brought back his offensive Southern accent to call the Johnson County, Arkansas Sheriff's Department in order to inquire about Chief Deputy Jacob Shook, who was fired on Friday for sending inappropriate text messages to a minor. DeCastro seemed surprised when the 911 dispatcher quickly got rid of him after announcing that Shook had been fired. All in all, DeCastro's Friday night broadcast was an uneventful blend of his usual racism, misogyny, broken promises, pipe dreams, and revivals of false hopes. He is expected to stream again on Saturday. So we're back. We're a day late and $1 short as we release this, but we're in the pinnacle scoring zone as we write this. We're on 4th and 19 and have 300 yards to go to the end zone or something. Strike 4! Goal! We'll be back with another broadcast of the news in under 12 hours. You can't time your clock by it or not. We don't know if you're set to Alabama time anyway. We're in full gibberish mode, but remember, memberships are now live on our YouTube channel, so sign up for as little as $2.99 for early access by a whole 2 or 3 hours to news stories or something. Go team!